morning students, welcome to online classes. This is Mrs. H.D. Kesar Bhavi dealing with mathematics from Ogden College. Students, today we will study together vector algebra. Vector algebra, as it is a branch of mathematics which deals with two components, that is one magnitude, another is direction. In our daily life, we come across many inquiries like height of the building, area of the plot, work done like 200 joules, okay, length of the rope, length of the pipe, anything. So distance also like a quantity, fine. And in some other situation, in kind of playing football, you know that to pass the ball from a teammate, he will be searching for his teammate so that he can pass the ball to the correct person. So there he has to apply force in a particular direction. Velocity, that is also one kind of component, quantity. Okay, so if I write speed, what is the difference between speed and velocity? Speed, here it may be like 20 km per hour. And in this case, what we say? 20 km per hour in direction. It may be in the direction south, in the direction west, east, anything. With respect to the degree also you can take velocity. Distance 2 meters, like that. But the difference between distance and displacement, okay, distance 2 meters and here like 2 meters towards east, towards west. See, check the directions over there. Next, force, velocity, displacement, these quantities are involved with two components, that is magnitude in the sense value and direction. Okay, check with this one, length, 2 meters length. Is it necessary to tell the direction, 2 meter length in south direction, whether it makes any sense? No, the same way. So area 100 meters square, 100 square units, like that. We don't mention over there the direction, in which direction, not needed. So like that, distance from this place to Bangalore, maybe 500 kilometers, okay, but which direction, we don't want. So these kind of variables, quantities, are involved with only one component, that is magnitude or value. Such quantities are said to be what? Scalar quantities, which involves only magnitude. The quantities which involve both magnitude and direction are said to be vectors. Okay, let me tell you the difference here. If I say A is equal to 4 units, A is equal to 4 units in a particular direction. Direction you take anything like, it may be east, west, south, southeast, northwest, anything like. Okay, is there any difference between these two quantities? 4 units, this is sufficient. Okay, 4 units in the direction, say units is also there, direction is also there, both the components are here involved with. So this kind of vector we put in this way. The notation is a arrow. So this is like involving more than one quantity, no? That's why we have to write with a few extra decoration. So that will be like a arrow. Got it? And here 4 units not needed. So this is sufficient. Is it? So this is the representation. Representation is what? You have to put one line. You have to make an arrow. This arrow itself, it denotes what? Given quantity is like vector quantity. So from this point to this end, it will be like magnitude, you can say. And here, this point is said to be tail. This point is said to be head. In general, arrow we put on the variable to say that given is a vector quantity. Okay. Now, let us go through types of vectors. This is very interesting. There are many types of vectors. One is like equal vectors. When we say two vectors are equal, suppose vector A and vector B are equal. In which situation? If the direction of A and the direction of B are same and it is same with the value, that is magnitude. So vector A like 4 units, vector B 4 units. In that case, what we say? Vector A is equal to vector B. It may be like more than 2 vectors also, vector C. If the magnitude of the vector C is equal to the magnitude of A and B and it is in the same direction. Okay. Now you just check whether A and B, these two, whether these two are equal vectors. Check this. One is going in this direction, another is going in opposite direction. Even if the magnitude is 4, its value is 4 units, then also we don't say these two vectors are equal. We don't say, means these are not equal. Why? What's the reason? Because of the direction. So one vector direction it is in a different way and the direction of the second vector is in a opposite way. You can just give like this also. Vector C. All are not equal. So students, we were dealing with types of vectors. Just now we studied how to represent a vector. Just we have to write the vector velocity or the vector displacement. Over that you have to put arrow mark. This is the representation. In types of vectors, first one we just dealt with equal vectors. When are these two said to be equal? Equal vectors. So let me make you understand with one simple example. Find x, y, z. If vector A and vector B are equal and vector A is given by xi, 2j, 3k. I will let you know what are ij, k, all that. So here 2i, 2j, z, k. So let me take this one as y. What is given? Given is A and B are equal. So just check the components must be same. See to this. Here we are required to find out the value of x. X is equal to 2. We are required to find out the value of y. Y is equal to 2. Components are not set. Z equal to 3. This is about equal vectors. Second one, parallel vectors. Okay. Students, you know that when lines are said to be parallel, if they don't coincide anywhere, intersect anywhere at any point. See to this, a small line. All these are like parallel lines. If you put the direction, it becomes vector. With that, you can say parallel vector. In parallel vector, what is needed? Direction should be same. Magnitude, it may differ. Here you check magnitude. And the magnitude of second vector, it is more than this. It is somewhat very less. Here it is comparatively more. Okay, equal in magnitude. These two are equal. So, magnitude may differ in parallel vectors. Next, coinitial. Coinitial means what? Initial means what? Initiating. So, from the point, if any vector is initiated, like A, from the same point, if vector B is generated, from the same point, vector C, from the same point, vector D, like that, if from the same point the vectors are arising, that means A, B, C and D are coinitial vectors. What do you observe? Tell me. So this is like these vectors are having the same initial point. From this point, these vectors are emerging. That's why these are like coinitial vectors. Got it? Let us check with coplanar vectors. Coplanar vectors means what? As you know, planar, plane. So two or more vectors, if at all lies on the same plane, what we say? Those two vectors or more vectors are like coplanar. So if A and B are falling on same plane, not aeroplane, same plane. So in this case what we say? A and B are coplanar. Okay, let me make you understand with the paper. Okay, fine. Check this. This will be like plane. Okay, you treat my fingers as vectors. I am taking two vectors, so this lies on the plane. Any two vectors lies on the plane. Any two vectors lies on the plane. Okay, so one interesting point of two vectors being coplanar is always two vectors will be coplanar. What about three vectors? Just check. Three vectors. 1, 2, 3. So whether these three vectors will be coplanar or what? Let us check. It lies on the plane. This is plane. Okay. Lies on the plane. Coplanar. If I take one vector in this way, say visible. Is it visible? Two lines. Vectors are on the plane. But the third vector, no, it is not on the plane. Is it not? So about the third three vectors, we can't say every time it will be like coplanar. Two vectors, yes, it will be, those will be coplanar. But about three vectors we can't say. So three vectors may be coplanar or may not be. Got it? Okay. Next is collinear. Collinear vectors, as the name suggests, line. All the vectors will be with respect to a same line, falling on the same line. See, this is one line. Okay, will not be a straight line. You just take it for granted. Straight line it is. Okay, now let me make a direction. This one the thing. And see, I will put arrow here. This one, this one, this one. All these are collinear. Vector A, vector B, vector C, vector D, vector E. Is it? Is it? Is it? Is it? All these vectors are falling on the same line. That's why these are said to be what? Collinear. Next is zero vector. This is very interesting. Zero vector. What do you mean by zero vector? Zero means magnitude or value of this will be zero. And what will the direction? Vector means it should have direction, is it? So, direction will be what? Arbitrary. Arbitrary means what? Arbitrary means any direction. Is it? Any direction. But the zero. Value should be zero. So, this is what? Zero vector. Okay? Got it? Next one is unit vector. So, the definition it is hidden in the name itself. Is it? Unit. What do you mean by unit? Unit means one. Is it not? One. What is this? Magnitude is one. Okay. Direction? Many. In X direction, Y direction, Z direction, it can be. Okay. So, with the direction, this is said to be what? Unit vector. Got my point? Understood? Okay, fine. Negative vector. So, negative vector is also there, huh? Right. What do you mean by negative vector? If any vector is going in this direction, for example, A, minus A will be, it will be in the opposite direction. What with the same magnitude, huh? If it is like 2, magnitude is 2 meters. Here also 2 meters, but it will be falling in opposite direction of A and it is denoted by minus A. That's it. This is said to be what? Negative vector. For example, A is here. Negative A will be in its opposite direction. But negative A, if you put like this, no, it will not be negative vector. Why? Because magnitude will be more comparatively this. Magnitude must be same. Got it? Okay. So these are few types of vectors. Students, next we will study regarding multiplication of scalar with vector. Okay? Suppose this is our vector A of take this as 2 units, right? Okay. If half is multiplied to vector A, vector, it will be in the same direction. Direction will not change, but the magnitude will be reduced to half. So half of this, half. Okay. Minus half. Minus half means what? Minus means negative direction. So it will be very opposite to this, and the distance you check, it's exactly half of that. Okay? This will happen to the vector when any scalar quantity is multiplied. Okay, in general what we say? Lambda is a scalar quantity and this is vector. This is how it varies. Are you getting my point? Okay. Now let me make you understand component form of vector. So what does it mean? What does it mean? Component form? When you break vector into its parts, then you will be getting horizontal component, vertical component. Okay. First, let me make you understand IJK form. That will be better. Students, let me make you understand with respect to 2 dimensions. Suppose this is like x axis and this one is like y axis. Okay. From the point O, if any point here in the plane it is lying, then what we take this as point x comma y. X means on x axis the distance, on y axis the distance. So this distance on y axis or x axis, just tell me. So this will be the distance on x axis. If it is 2, 2. If it is like 3, 2 comma 3. That in general we take. Okay, in general we take what? X comma y will be take. Got it? So every time it will not be like saying OP. OP means what? Position vector. OP is position vector. Okay. So it starts from the origin. Anything, any vector, it starts from the origin. We take it as position vector. Okay. And this line OP, what it is? Line joining from the point O to P. So this will be the distance like x and the perpendicular distance will be y. Am I right? And what will be the direction? This one. Perpendicular, as I said, it will be a 90 degree right angle triangle. And here the distance, it is hypotenuse, and we take this as x square plus y square. Okay. But while writing the vector OP, this is length. OP length is root x square plus y square. But vector OP or R, we take that as x plus y. We don't say like this. xi plus yj. I, j are vector components, directional components. So this is with respect to x and y axis. If I take one more axis like z, so here one more reference point will be added, x, y, z. So in this case, r it will be yj, z, k. So here it will be like, these are the notations. Let me make you understand what is cap. We say I cap, j cap, k cap. R, it is denoted by xi. I means along x axis. J, it refers to along y axis. K, it refers to along z axis. For example, if I take r equal to 2x, 3y, 4z. Whether it makes any sense, it will be like an equation. I have to get a kind of vector line. So in that case, what I have to do? This I will be replacing it by I, j, and k. Right? Okay. Let me make you understand with the arrow mark only on the notation. With the notation I, j, k. So this is like I, j, k notation. So we will not be writing x, y, z. 2 means what? On x axis with the distance 2. On y axis with the distance 3. So similarly with respect to z axis, it has to be imagined in what? 3-dimensional place. You have to come out of the board and have to imagine. So point on z axis will be like z distance, that will be like 4. Okay students? Is this clear? Okay, this is said to be what? Component 4. Got it? Next, let me make you understand. Modulus, or you take this as magnitude or value. Okay, value of OP. OP is nothing but R, and we put under modulus sign. If magnitude is it, magnitude is the value. So in this case, let me make you understand again with respect to 2 dimensions. Suppose P is a point x comma y are the reference. OP perpendicular. This is the distance y. Here the distance on x-axis will be x. On x-axis x, on y-axis y. Okay. Perpendicular, as I said, means it will be like a right angle triangle. Hypotenuse is OP, and OP is nothing but R. R. Or OP I can write for your reference. OP R. So from the right angle triangle, what can you say? This will be like x square plus y square. So x square plus y square. If we come with one more directional axis, that is z, and here the reference point will be z. With the same theory, it will be continuing x square plus y square plus z square. So this is what? Magnitude value. Are you getting my point? Okay. Next. Direction cosines we will study. In general, these are said to be DCs. Okay? Fine. Again, let me make you understand with the two dimension. It is very easy to make you understand on board with respect to two dimension, because board is two dimensional, no? That's why. So here, x square plus y square, we have taken this as r. The distance, length you can take. Okay, length is r. If OP is a vector, position vector, and angle made over here is alpha. Alpha is what? Angle between vector OP and x-axis. Is it? X-axis. Like this it should be. Then you tell me, do you know this? Cos alpha. Cos alpha, cosine alpha, what is it? Adjacent by hypotenuse. Am I right? Yes? You know this already. Okay. Cos alpha is equal to adjacent. This is angle and opposite side is like P, the distance it may be. And here adjacent is x. X by r. Adjacent by hypotenuse is x by r. So if I take with respect to y-axis, okay, here it will be like somewhat inconvenient to imagine. Let me change the axis itself. Okay, let this will be y-axis, this will be x-axis, like only to make us understand, not like it is very defined. And here, with respect to y-axis, if the angle made is beta, okay, and the length is r, cos beta is equal to what? Beta is alpha is the angle between, beta is the angle between vector OP and x-axis. X-axis, y-axis. Beta, angle between vector and y-axis. Okay? So this will be like y by r. Similarly, cos gamma. Gamma will be the angle between the vector with respect to z-axis. So it will be like z by r. Okay? So let me write this one here in detail. Angle between vector OP and y-axis. Gamma being the angle between vector OP and z-axis. So this is the diagram to be referred. These are the cosine angles. Cosine angles, is it? So with respect to the directions, that's the direction of cosine. In general, the definite notation is there for cos alpha. Cos alpha is denoted as L. Cos beta is denoted as M. And this will be like L. L is equal to x by r. Same notations with the results y by r and z by r. This is r. Please take it properly. We studied direction, cosines, and here we referred x-axis, y-axis, three-dimensional.
Violin.
Hello? Okay. So students, we studied direction, cosines, point P with xyz components, OP is equal to R, and cos alpha, that is nothing but L. L is given by x by r. Cos beta, M, it is given by y by r. Cos gamma, N, it is given by z by r. This is z, okay? My z. So here we have to derive one theorem that is very simple also. L square plus m square plus n square is equal to 1. Prove that. Theorem it is. We will try to prove this. Okay. Let me take LHS. What is LHS? Is it not? L square plus m square. Okay. But what is L? X by r. X by r, it's a square. Am I right? M, y by r, it's a square. Plus z by r, it's a square. Just check this out. On squaring, what we get? X square by r square. Am I right? Y square by r square. Z square by r square. Is it not? Right? So, here, let me continue. Check with the LCM part. Is it r square? And the numerator will be x square plus y square plus z square. Am I right? We know that. We already know this. Okay. R is equal to xi plus yj plus zk is the component form of OP. OP. Right? But magnitude or value. Magnitude is given by modulus R, and we already studied just now. This is Z square. Okay. What is R square like? On square, square root sign vanishes. X square, y square plus z square. So this is as good as saying R square only. Is it? Okay, fine. So where were we? LHS. LHS, this was the part. What we obtained just now. Is it? Okay. Let me replace x square plus y square plus z square by r square. And the denominator is r square. On cancelling, it will be 0. Is it 0? No, it is 1. Am I right? So it is equal to RHS. Hence it is proved. Let us check. Is it proved? Yeah. Is it not? Fine. Okay. Now let me make you understand direction, ratios. Check with this. Direction, cosines are different. Those are cosine angles with respect to x, y, z axis between OP the vector and the directional axis. Direction ratios means numbers which is proportional to direction cosines. Okay, which is proportional to direction cosines. See, this is what I will be writing, direction cosines. Okay, number proportional to direction cosines. And the DRs, directional ratios, no, these are always denoted by A. Three directional cosines and three directional ratios. These are ABC. Like how LMN are the standard notations for cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma, that way. A is proportional to cos alpha because these are the number proportional to, no, that's why. B, M proportional to N. This implies A is equal to LR R, a constant. B is equal to MR, C is equal to NR. So this will be like formula to calculate direction ratios. Direction cosines, I hope you understood clearly. Direction ratios are the numbers which are proportional to direction cosines. Okay. Unit vector. We know the definition. Is it? Unit vector means what? Magnitude or the value of the vector, it should be 1. Directions. So with respect to the three-dimensional plane where 3 axes we are considering x, y, z, or you can take x, y, z, it is your choice, right? Okay. So here on every directional, this one, axis, if you take 1 unit, is it? So here we denote it as cap. Along with the z axis, unit 1, we denote it as cap, j cap. And k is the directional component with respect to z axis. And if you are taking unit magnitude, that will be like k cap. Okay. So suppose A is a vector with the components 3I means along x-axis with 3 plus 2j minus 1k or minus k, that is also true. This is a vector. Suppose unit vector is to be performed. And in that case, what we say? Unit vector means A cap. We say this as A cap. Right? Okay. The formula is vector A divided by magnitude. Now you understood what is magnitude? Again, don't ask me what is magnitude. Okay. So, here you check. This is magnitude. Is it not? Okay, fine. So let us find out magnitude A first. And it is given by square root of x square plus y square plus z square, the components. What are x, y, z here? X is 3, 3 the square. Is it? Is it? Is it to understand? No? Okay, fine. This is 2, 2 the square. This is what? 1 or minus 1? Yes, this is what? Minus 1 the square. Okay. Now, let us calculate for the magnitude. 3 square, is it 9? Plus 1, 10. Plus 4, 14. Root 14, not needed to calculate further. Let it be root 14 and the square root 14. Am I right? Is it correct? Okay. So what we got in this formula, this thing we got. And where is vector A? Vector A is given, is it? So unit vector or A cap is given by A by magnitude A. And what is A? A is 3I 2j minus k minus 1k k, it is your choice. Okay, so every time we don't take arrows every time, we just manage with the line also. This is also true. Okay, this is A divided by magnitude is what? Mod A is root 14 whole divided by root 14. Am I right? Okay, let me distribute this to every component, x, y, z component. So let me write it separately. Okay, for your understanding, let it be the same. In the next step, let me separate the things. 3 by root 14 I, 2 by root 14 j, plus, okay, it can be minus 1 because minus divided by root 14 k. Put here. This is our unit vector. Got it? Here you can say minus k. That is also true. No worries. Got it? So this is what regarding unit vector. So whenever you are given a vector and you are asked to find its unit vector, then which formula is to be applied? This thing. Is this clear, students? Now we will be dealing with addition of two vectors. Okay. Suppose a vector A is in this direction, vector B is in this direction. If these two are to be added, how it will be? Like you join. Okay. So in which direction we are traversing? Just check. Here, from here to here, again from here to here. Is it not? The direction is in this way. Next, the resultant vector AB. This is said to be A plus B vector. And in which direction it travels? From this. So addition of two vectors is like said to be the resultant vector. Is it? Resultant vector. If two vectors are going in this direction, the resultant vector, it should be taken from the other direction, opposite direction. This is said to be what? AB. So think a kind of application you can make if my home is here. And to reach college, I have to go to bus stand or any stop you can take. Bus stop. So home to bus stop to college. Suppose home to college, if I need to go, why should I go to bus stop? I will be going to college directly with different direction. Is it? So this is what? Resultant. Similarly, you can even check with subtraction. So subtraction is a kind of addition only, but it will be taken in opposite direction. For example, with this A, B, okay, and this subtraction, difference between. As you know, students, negative vector We studied no in the definition part. So B is going in this direction means minus B. See, A plus of minus B it is. Then A minus B you will be getting. Is it? Okay. So A plus of minus B, negative vector. B, what is the magnitude? With the same magnitude you take it here. In the opposite direction. Why in opposite direction? Because negative vector, no? That's why. Then you add. Okay. Let me make it somewhat big line. Next, get closer. This is what you get, minus B. See the direction here. And the resultant vector will be in the opposite. How it should be? Where you have to place? A plus B. Where you have to place? There. Tell me. It should be in this direction. Is it? Is it? Okay. These are like simple operations on vectors. Addition, subtraction. Multiplication, that is also there. We will be dealing with that in the next. Okay. This is regarding addition of vectors. Now let me take one example to refresh our mind. Find unit vector in the direction. Okay, this is example what I collected to make you understand of sum of vectors A and B, 2j minus 5k and B. B is equal to 2i plus j plus 3k. This is one of the questions we need to simplify, and very simple it is as well. Find sum. Sum means what? Add A plus B. Okay. Add the corresponding components. Okay, students. 2 plus 2, 4i. If there is no j, then you can take 0j and you can add with the 0 component. That is your choice. What was it earlier? Was okay. Let it be anything. 2 and 2, 4j. Okay. And here you just check with this. This is minus 5 and it is plus 3. It will be like minus 2k. So this is the resultant vector, A plus B. But what is required? A plus B. If I take, this will be like, it seems to be like somewhat peculiar. Is it not? Now what I will do? I will take this as C. Is this fine? So C is nothing but A plus B. Now C cap is required. Cap in the sense unit vector. As you know, C unit vector is given by, this is the thing. Okay. Now we have to find out what magnitude. Magnitude C or the length C is given by x square plus y square plus z square. Is it, students? Right now? Yeah. Okay, fine. X 4 its square. Here I am writing it directly. I hope you understood with the first example. This will be like 14 or 16. 16 minus 2 its square. Minus 2 the square is what? Plus 4, not minus 4. Okay. So this is plus 4. And it is equal to 20 plus 36 under square root is 6. Am I right? Okay. Now coming back to this question C. Vector C is 4i plus 4j minus 2k divided by 6. So as we separated this one separately, this one separately and this one separately, the same way here you can try further. 4I by 6 plus 4j by 6 minus 2k by 6. So if anything is to be cancelled, you can go further and simplify further. 2I by 3, 2 2s are 2 3s are 2j by 3 minus k by 3. So this is like unit vector. Okay. Next will be like vector joining 2 points. See, this is x-axis, y-axis, z-axis with respect to 3 directional axis, the point P1, let me take this as x1 point, y1, z1, and here point P2 is like x2, y2, z2, and this is origin, from the origin O to P1, O to P2, OP1, OP2 are position vectors. Why position vectors? So these are starting from the origin, no? That's why position vectors. Okay? Check with this. O to P1, P1 to P2. Do you remember? Here, just I kept it as it is to make you understand. O to P1, P1 to P2 is nothing but O P2. This is A plus B. O P2, is it? O P2 is a resultant vector. This is O P2 is nothing but OP1 plus P1 P2 vector. OP1 plus P1 P2. Simple, no? So these 2 points are joined. Now what are we going to find? P1 P2 we have to find out. So P1 P2 is given by, if it is shifted here, it will be with different sign, minus sign, OP2 minus OP1. So you can conclude like P1 P2 vector is given by OP2 minus OP1. Check, is this correct? P1 P2 is given by OP2 minus OP1. Okay? Like this, if point A and B are joined, then how are you going to interpret this thing? Tell me. OB minus OA. Every time it has to be started with O, the initial point. So if I take CD, the vector, C, one point, D, another point, line joining, that is CD, and it will be given by first OD minus OC. So this is nothing but vector joining 2 points. So where were we? We were studying what is the expression for P1 P2 vector. What we got? OP2 minus OP1. Okay. What is OP2? OP2 with the components x2, y2, z2. Vector means this is how you have to interpret, is it not? Minus OP1. What is OP1? With the components x1, y1, z1. x1, y1, z1 ijk. Better put it in the bracket. Sorry. Say, if you group the corresponding terms, let us open the bracket first. x2i y2j plus z2k minus x1i minus y1j, because minus z1k. So I and I, the components you can segregate. x2 minus x1i. Is this clear, students? Okay. Just check with this. y2 minus y1j. Next, z2 minus z1k. So this is nothing but vector p1, p2. Similarly, what will be the magnitude? Tell me. Yeah, you are right. Square of the components. x2 minus x1 bracket square. y2 minus y1 bracket square. Similarly, all these are kept to be under square. Okay. So this is the concept regarding what? Vector joining two points. Suppose the question is to find vector AB. What to find? Get vector AB. If given point A with the components 2, 3, minus 1 and B with the components 1, 2, minus 1. Okay. So what you have to write? You have to write position vector first. Let me make you understand. AB means what? AB, the vector is given by OB minus OA, as I told you earlier. See, this is what? Is that right? Okay. Next, what are OB and OA that you have to construct? OA with respect to 2, 3 and minus 1. 2i plus 3j minus k. OB is nothing but 1i plus 2j minus k. That's it. Now OB minus OA, 1 minus 2, that is minus I. 2 minus 3 minus j. Minus 1 minus of minus plus 1, that is 0k. This is it. Get AB, vector AB. This is how you have to find. And also get magnitude means if value or magnitude of AB or this is asked, modulus AB. Then how are you going to trace this? Tell me. Simplify for this. What the vector, no? The square of the components, minus 1. Its square, that is plus 1. Minus 1 the square. Plus of minus 1 the square. There is no k component. So minus 1 the square is 1 plus 1 plus 0. It will be like root 2. With these details, no, you can further even calculate for the unit vector. Do you remember what was the unit vector formula? Yeah? Okay. AB unit vector, if it is required, means what are you going to simplify for? AB unit vector cap modulus AB or magnitude AB, value AB. Value AB is got obtained. AB is also there. Minus 1i divided by root 2 minus 1j divided by root 2 plus 0 by anything will be 0, 0k. So this is sufficient. Did you understand, students? Okay, fine. Here we go with a different kind of example. This is very interesting. Check with this question. Find vector in direction I minus j plus 2k, which has magnitude 8. Okay. So in this case, what you have to do, you have to take the given vector as A, right? And you have to find out its unit vector. Unit vector, how are you going to denote? A cap. What is the formula for A cap? Divided by magnitude A. Do you remember? No? So here I will be finding magnitude A. Phi square, square, square. 25 plus 1 plus 4. 25, 26 plus 4 is root 30. And A cap is equal to phi I minus j plus 2k over root 30 over root 30. Let me put minus sign here, okay? Then it will be like easy to understand. Over root 30. Am I right? Okay, this is what we obtained. Magnitude 8 means 8a. We have to find out. What does it mean? 8 you have to multiply. That's it. 8 into 5. Otherwise, let me take all this at once. What do you say? Is this better? No? Is it not? Okay, fine. Awesome. Right. Equal to, just go on multiplying every component with 8. 8 5s are divided by minus 8j by root 30. 8 plus 16 by root 30. This is what the required answer is. Done. That's it. 80. Is this simple? Very simple? Was that interesting? Really? Good. I hope you understood. So what the thing you have to remember? As it is with A, you don't have to multiply 8. First you have to get its unit vector, then you need to multiply by 8. So first itself if you multiply, no, it will be like best.